friends, welcome to 20 Fingers 2 Brains. This is part 12 of online shopping cart project. In part 12, we are going to discuss the coding for adding products to the shopping cart. So let's open this website. In this shopping cart, when user clicks on add to cart, initially the shopping cart is 0, that is empty. When user clicks on it for the first time, the counter is incremented by 1. So here we have the data list. In the data list, when we open it in the edit tab, edit template using the smart tag, we get this view of the design. We have a button. That button is carrying the command argument, the product ID which we have bind to it when we got all the products from the database and binded it to the data list. So the command argument will be helpful to track which product the user is trying to add to the cart. When user clicks on add to cart, we have a event btn add to cart. This event is generated. Initially this coding is empty, so we are going to discuss what code we have written to add the product to the shopping cart. So initially we read the value from the command argument. The command argument contains the product ID. For example, the product ID here is 1. So the product ID we are reading from the command argument and storing in a local variable product ID. Then we have product quantity. By default we are setting the product quantity as 1. Then we have the current list item. The current list item specifies, for example, here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 list items. So current list item will get this list item, this entire box. So this entire box we are getting from the naming container, and we are assigning it to current list item. Inside the current list item we are finding the available stock label. So that label we are also assigning to the label. Then we are having an if and else condition. In the if condition we are checking whether the session my cart is not equal to null, but initially the value is 0, so it is null, so it will go in the else condition. In the else condition we are having writing a inline query. The inline query specifies like select star from products where product ID equal to the product ID which we have got in the first line of this method. So this will get all the information regarding that one product. So to get the information we have written a get data query, and that get data query is over here. This method will actually fire an inline query, will execute the query into the database. This is actually a database connectivity concept, and this concept we have already discussed in the data access. In data access it's a generalized method. It's used by all the it can be used from anywhere in the project, but this get data can only be used in default.aspx. So this method will get the data from the database by opening the connection and then closing the connection. It will return the data table. That data table will store the data in DT products. So we assume that the DT product is having all the information regarding that particular product. Then to store the information, like where will we store the information, like what all products the user has added to the cart. So for that we need a data table. We are creating the data table using this method. So the data table dt equal to new data table, this will assign the memory to the data table. Then this line of codes will actually create the columns. The columns required are product ID, name, description, price, image URL, product quantity, and the available stock. So here what we can do is, then once we are done with the columns, we are adding the rows. For each product we are adding one row. So data row dr equal to new data row, and then we are storing all the information: product ID, name, description, price, image URL, product quantity, and the available stock. All this information we are storing in the data table, in the data row, and then finally we are adding the data row inside the data table. So this data table will contain a set of columns and a single row. Then we have the data table filled with data. That data table we are assigning into the session. The session will be active as long as the browser is open, and this data table is having certain roles, like the count of the row initially is 0, and when we add it in the else condition it will go and add 1 as the counter. So currently the counter is set to 1. Okay, so this else part is done. Then at the end we have a highlight cart products. This highlight cart products will turn the shopping cart green. This highlight shop cart products we will discuss afterwards. Okay, when user clicks on the second product, what happens is when user clicks on the second product, the counter is incremented by 1. So now there are two products in the shopping cart. When user clicks on the second product, we get the product ID, product quantity, current list item, and from the current list item we get the available stock. Now when user clicks on the for the second time, the session is not null. We already have we already added one product before adding this product. So what we have over here is this is not null, so it will go inside this if part, and here we get from the session we convert the session into data table and get all the products inside this data table. Now what we do is we already have one product added and we are trying to add another product. So we check whether using this link query, we check whether that product is already added or not. If that product is already added, for example, we are checking, for example, for product ID 1. The product ID 1 was already added, and now when user clicks again, so the code reaches till here, and we check if the product is already available. In the var variable, we check the count. If the count is 0, that means the product is not added. The user is adding the product for the first time, so it will go inside this. If it is already added, then it will not do anything. It will not increase the counter. Okay, so here the user is adding the product again. So what we do, we again get all the details related to that product, and all the information related to the another product is added in DT products like we did it in else part. But this time we are not creating a column because columns are already created in the else part. We are only adding the data in the data table using a new data row. And again we are doing the same thing. We are adding, this is the DT. This DT we are again assigning it to the session. The session now contains the updated information. It contains two products, and again at the end we are updating the shopping cart title with the number of rows. Suppose I click on here, so when I click on again increased by 1, so it goes in the if part. It checks whether the product is already added or not. The product is not added, so it fetch all the information, add the information in the data row, and update the session with the latest shopping cart, and again increase the counter by 1. So this is what happening when we are storing the information. When the user clicks on add to cart, this is how the counter get incremented, and there is no post back because this entire website is inside an update panel. We are using Ajax update panel extension, so there is no post back. And how these items are getting highlighted, because we have a method at the end, highlight shopping cart product. This method we will discuss in the coming videos. So in this video we have discussed how the items are getting added to the shopping cart. Now when user clicks on the shopping cart counter, it sees all the products which he has added to the shopping cart. So what happens when user clicks here, this is actually a link button, and if you see in the detail, in the design mode we have the BTN shopping cart. When we click on it, we have a method behind this. So from on this button click, on this link button click, we are calling a method get my cart, and we are changing the title of the category name and product. So category name is changed from products to customer details, and this is also changing products in your shopping cart, and we are calling the method get my cart. So we will discuss this get my cart in our next videos. Next video, this get my cart actually displays what all items are there in your cart, and it allows you to change the number of quantity. It also allows you to remove the product from the cart. So this was about the tutorial of adding the products to the shopping cart. Hope you like it. If you have any query, feel free to comment and also you can ask any questions on our Facebook page. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day.